Now, I saw an interview that you did when you were in the UK a couple days ago. And I mean, there's some interesting things there, but I kind of wanted, because a lot of people that are our listeners didn't hear this. And, I guess what you said, your thoughts about Jim Cornette, because, after the match, he had a lot to say, and your response was, I found your response very interesting to what he had to say.
Right. Is there anything specifically that?
No, just, kind of
the whole statement in general.
Just the whole, I guess, what he said on his show and your thoughts on what he said just about, you on the show and the match and anything else,
Right.
As far as
I guess I can reiterate that a little bit. See, people like that, they're very poisonous and cancerous in the world that we live in. Not just necessarily the professional wrestling world, but just the world in general. We don't need negativity like that. And I understand that if he's playing a character, if he's trying to be, I'm bitter old Jim Cornette, and I'm just going to shit on everything that is actually popular. And that's kind of like the tongue-in-cheek, like, ha, 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 I hate everything that's popular, laugh at me, it's funny. The thing is that I understand that not being contracted by WWE, I have a humongous target painted on me. It's easy to bury me and to make it your business to try to make me look like a terrible wrestler, a terrible performer, and go off because people are going to listen. And I get that. But when you're actually being really malicious with comments and trying to almost convince whatever fans that you do have, to not go out of your way to watch this guy or that guy or this guy, guys that are really dedicating themselves to professional wrestling, when it's the general consensus is that they are actually good performers and positive influences on the wrestling scene. I don't know. I get it, and it doesn't bother me. Really, he's just kind of, he's invisible to me. He doesn't bother me when he says negative things. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, and I don't ever expect everyone on the planet that watches my matches to enjoy them. Of course not. A 6-star match to, yourself might be a complete dud, a 0-star to someone else. But I do believe wholeheartedly that is not Jim Cornette's actual opinion, because he has made it his business to just crap over everything, all over everything that I've done since, my goodness, like 2010. And there's one comment that I'm recalling now. One way that he always tries to justify his arguments and his opinion is he brings up a story that apparently had happened during his time in ROH. And that was during the holiday season of 2010. He, I suppose, was a part of the book, and himself and Adam Pearce were booking the shows at Ring of Honor. I was in DDT at the time, wrestling for DDT, and I was supposed to come back for, I guess it would have been Final Battle, if that's the last show of the year.
Yeah, that's the big one they do.
That Ring of Honor does.
Yeah.
So I've been booked to come back for Final Battle to face Roderick Strong in a singles match. On tour for DDT in one of my last matches, I'd really injured my ankle. And that part was true. And one part that is true about Jim Cornette's story is I did email a picture to Adam Pearce, and it was to Delirious. I emailed a picture to Delirious of just the most disgusting picture of an injured ankle that I could find as a joke, because he was working on the crew with us, and I thought it'd be funny. Hey, this is my ankle. Take a look. Isn't it horrible? Ha ha ha. And they said, but no, seriously, it's actually really bad. I literally can't walk on it right now. And then Jim Cornette goes on to say that he checked the results from a DDT show, and of course, on the day of Final Battle, I was wrestling in DDT, which is absolutely 100% not true. Not only did I not wrestle, but I didn't even wrestle in and around the date. What he is referring to, or perhaps was even maybe confused with, was that was the day of the Tokyo Sports Awards show. And on that day, I had received the Match of the Year award. That is all. So, could I wrestle? No. Was I able to hobble on stage and accept an award? Yes. That is what I did. And it wasn't the day of, and I want to make that clear. That was actually 2 days before. So it's not like I skipped out on the ROH show to accept an award. I accepted the award and then just hung out in the country because I had nowhere else to be. But he likes to use that as an argument to kind of set the table for Kenny Omega is a bad guy. He's unprofessional. He's a dickwad. Not the case. I would never no-show a company. I mean, if it was under my control, I would never do such a thing. But, yeah, that's Jim Cornette for you. And like I said, like I don't want to like harbor any ill will towards the man, but I just think that guys like that, I don't have time for, and I don't really respect them. And I'm sure that feeling is more than mutual, unless, whatever, maybe he's just playing a character. I don't know. I don't care. But the way he goes about it to try to put himself back in the public eye, that's the part that's sad. And let's face it, it's kind of pathetic.